After taking a big bite of the Angus beef burger, I was judged by the system as a gold digger.
Nowadays, there are fewer and fewer good girls who don't seek vanity, leading to a decline in marriage and birth rates. To save the world, all young women deemed to lack moral integrity will be sent to another world for moral education.
Ha, men, are you challenging my top-notch trolling skills? I, a homebody who loves to relax, work diligently from 9 to 6, enjoy watching dramas and trolling online, have lived a peaceful life for 22 years. But because of one bite of an Angus beef burger, I got transported to another world. On the eve of the transportation, I was still holding my iPhone 14, my fingers swiftly tapping on the keyboard, fighting against multiple online weirdos single-handedly.
I buy a pack of cigarettes for $10, but her nail art costs $30 per gem. Poor people don't deserve love.
There are plenty of girls who don't do nail art, don't wear makeup, and don't buy clothes. Guess why you specifically go for the ones with gems on their nails?
I bought a pretty female colleague a $15 milk tea, and she refused my invitation to go out in the evening. Did I get tricked crying?
I'll give you $50 if you lick the toilet drain. No joke.
Why do young girls nowadays seem so arrogant, while girls in my mom's generation were mostly humble and polite?
Humble and polite in the morning, and in the afternoon, 108 dads rush over on clouds to test you. In just 10 minutes, I received at least 100 replies cursing and criticizing me. My phone kept buzzing, and I swallowed hard, planning to finish my lunch first. I ordered a popular Angus beef burger, took a photo before eating, and posted it with the caption, "Gold digger eating an overpriced Angus beef burger again. Will I ever get married?" Sad face. After doing all this, I took a big bite of the burger, ready for another round of battle. Suddenly, my vision blurred, and before my consciousness completely faded, I heard a cold metallic voice in my mind.
Attention, the moral system has successfully bound. Host number 102, diagnosis, gold digger. Host 102, please note, due to consuming a 48 yuan Angus beef burger without using a coupon, you have been diagnosed as a gold digger by the moral system. The system will allocate the most suitable treatment space based on your diagnosed moral deficiency. You are now assigned to space 28, love fireworks for treatment. If the treatment is successful, the host will return to the original world. Otherwise, you will continue to the next world based on your condition.
After taking a big bite of the Angus beef burger, I was judged by the system as a gold digger.
Nowadays, there are fewer and fewer good girls who don't seek vanity, leading to a dual decline in marriage and birth rates. To save the world, all young women deemed to lack moral integrity will be sent to another world for moral education.
Ha, men, are you challenging my top-notch trolling skills? I, a homebody who loves to relax, work diligently from 9 to 6, enjoy watching dramas and trolling online, have lived a peaceful life for 22 years. But because of one bite of an Angus beef burger, I got transported to another world. On the eve of the transportation, I was still holding my iPhone 14, my fingers swiftly tapping on the keyboard, fighting against multiple online weirdos single-handedly.
I buy a pack of cigarettes for $10, but her nail art costs $30 per gem. Poor people don't deserve love.
There are plenty of girls who don't do nail art, don't wear makeup, and don't buy clothes. Guess why you specifically go for the ones with gems on their nails?
I bought a pretty female colleague a $15 milk tea, and she refused my invitation to go out in the evening. Did I get tricked crying?
I'll give you $50 if you lick the toilet drain. No joke.
Why do young girls nowadays seem so arrogant, while girls in my mom's generation were mostly humble and polite?
Humble and polite in the morning, and in the afternoon, 108 dads rush over on clouds to test you.
In just 10 minutes, I received at least 100 replies cursing and criticizing me. My phone kept buzzing, and I swallowed hard, planning to finish my lunch first. I ordered a popular Angus beef burger, took a photo before eating, and posted it with the caption, gold digger eating an overpriced Angus beef burger again. Will I ever get married? Sad face. After doing all this, I took a big bite of the burger, ready for another round of battle. Suddenly, my vision blurred, and before my consciousness completely faded, I heard a cold metallic voice in my mind.
Attention, the moral system has successfully bound. Host number 102, diagnosis, gold digger. Host 102, please note, due to consuming a 48 yuan Angus beef burger without using a coupon, you have been diagnosed as a gold digger by the moral system. The system will allocate the most suitable treatment space based on your diagnosed moral deficiency. You are now assigned to space 28, love fireworks, for treatment. If the treatment is successful, the host will return to the original world. Otherwise, you will continue to the next world based on your condition.
Narrator, tone, sad. I threw a tantrum in the principal's office, crying and begging her to punish the terrible bully who harassed me. I, a top student with a gentle personality, was targeted by a bully on my first day after transferring schools. I was forced to sit next to him, and he harassed me in class, scaring me to the point of tears. While crying, I called my wealthy parents, and as soon as my rich mom arrived, I threw myself into her arms, sobbing.
Mom, I'm scared.
My mom's face was grim as she protectively held me.
I want to see the surveillance footage of the incident.
Check the footage? Wouldn't that show me hitting Lucas? I quickly tugged at my mom's sleeve, sobbing softly.
Mom, we can't show that footage.
Of course, the video was eventually shown, repeatedly playing the scene of me hitting Lucas, ending with his shocked and twisted face. In the end, the homeroom teacher resolved the issue. Although Lucas was the instigator, my slap did send him to the school clinic. The teacher made Lucas apologize to me, and the matter was settled. Though it was an apology, Lucas's defiant face clearly showed his unwillingness. As he left, he gave me a wicked smile, making me shiver in disgust.
This guy is persistent.
The system muttered in dissatisfaction, saying that in trying to create a perfect love story where the heroine falls for a poor boy, they accidentally gave the heroine too much strength. Now, not only couldn't the hero save the beauty, but he also couldn't suppress me.
Don't regret it. Even without strength, no one can suppress me.
Host, don't be too smug. If you can't achieve a happy ending, you'll have to enter the next world.
Olivia, tone, cheerful, bring it on, I'm ready. Kid, you should be the one afraid of me.
The hero, true to his role, continued to pursue me boldly despite being beaten black and blue. He confessed in various ways, such as singing love songs over the school PA, arranging flowers in the school building, and cornering me in the hallway. The NPCs in this world, all top-tier romance enthusiasts, shipped me and Lucas. They gathered around during his confessions and chanted for us to get together whenever I passed by. Strangely, the teachers didn't stop this blatant early romance, and even the initially gentle homeroom teacher became indifferent. It was obvious the system had tweaked the settings to force me into submission. Ha, little system, you've successfully ignited my competitive spirit. The system, shameless as ever, realizing the usual bad boy falling for me wasn't working, immediately switched tactics, setting up a romantic hero saving the damsel scenario. Under the system's control, the driver who was supposed to pick me up had an accident, so I had to walk home slowly. As expected, I was cornered in an alley by a group of punks with dyed hair.
Olivia, right? I heard your family is rich. We're a bit short on cash. How about you give us some to show respect?
I glanced at his skinny legs and tattooed but flabby arms, silently lighting a candle for him.
Looking like that, you dare to rob? Let me teach you a lesson.
I aimed a kick at him, ready to give him a reality check. I tripped over my own leg and fell to the ground, staring blankly at a bewildered young man.
Don't worry, host. To ensure the hero saves the damsel in distress plot goes smoothly, I've not only lowered the thug's combat power but also yours. Now, you just need to lie on the ground and let them beat you up. Once you're beaten enough, Lucas will descend from the sky, chase away the robbers, and drape a warm boyfriend coat over you.
So your weakling male lead needs to lower everyone's stats to complete this plot? I kindly greeted the system's ancestors and then slid to my knees, hugging the red-haired thug's leg and wailing.
Big brother, spare me. I'll give you whatever you want.
Forget enduring torment to get a warm boyfriend coat. I'm saving myself. The red-haired thug didn't seem to have an option to accept surrender. His shiny knife was aimed at my throat, scaring me to tears and snot.
Big brother, my family has money. I'll take you home to get it, okay? I wiped my nose, crawling on the ground in a twisted, dark manner. This plot is good. The trembling heroine is forced to go home to get money under the thug's threat, just in time to meet the male lead waiting at her door to take her home, completing the hero saves the damsel in distress plot and showing the male lead's silent devotion.
Apparently, the system approved my plot modification, so the red-haired thug nodded, and a short guy with bow legs grabbed my hair and dragged me up.
Lead the way.
This plot wasn't originally here. To fill in the characters, we had to temporarily pull an NPC from the neighboring Republic-era tragic love space.
While the system was busy fixing bugs, I had already sent out a distress message. By the time the ferocious thugs dragged me to the Zhao family's mansion, the muscular bodyguard team had already ambushed around the courtyard, waiting. I quickly slipped out of the bow-legged thug's grasp and ran into my mom's warm embrace. The thugs were pinned to the ground, and my mom called the police. The police would soon come to investigate. Unexpectedly, among those pinned to the ground, I saw Lucas's face, a mix of arrogance and charm. He was pinned by a burly bodyguard, still looking at me with his usual domineering gaze.
Olivia, seeing you're safe makes me feel at ease. He licked his lips, showing off his chiseled jawline again. Olivia, I come to your house every night to see you. You like that balcony, always reading there.
My mom slapped him several times, making his nose and mouth bleed.
Perverted stalker, targeting my precious daughter? Let's see if I don't cripple you today.
My mom was so fierce, and she was really normal. I shed 2 lines of tears.
Mom, stop hitting him.
Olivia, I knew you cared about me.
Be careful not to hurt your hand. I handed her a feather duster. Use this, it's more effective.
The good news is, my mom is a normal person. The bad news is, in this world, it seems like only my mom and I are normal. The thugs who robbed us at knife point were jailed, but the creep who harassed, stalked, and peeped at me couldn't be locked up. Lucas had already turned 18, meeting the age requirement for criminal punishment. My mom and I had gathered evidence of his crimes, thinking we could at least keep him locked up until I finished my college entrance exams. But the brainwashed principal, along with a group of teachers, barged in, insisting we let it go.
Boys will be boys. It's normal for them to be a bit hot-blooded when they're young.
Oh, Olivia's mom, just bear with it. The boy is about to take his college entrance exams. Keeping him in detention now would ruin his future.
Olivia too, as the saying goes, don't look down on a poor young man. Lucas may come from a poor family and have bad grades, but who knows what he might achieve in the future.
Wow, such shameless and bizarre remarks. I almost wanted to stand up and applaud them. I slammed the table and retorted to each of them.
Calling it hot-blooded is putting it nicely. It's selfish, violent behavior. If you think Lucas is so great, I'll let you enjoy his peeping every day. Enduring leads to heart attacks, retreating leads to nodules. Lucas being in detention is his own doing. Why should I sacrifice myself for someone else's mistakes? Don't look down on a poor young man. Don't look down on a poor middle-aged man. Don't look down on a poor old man. Good luck, Lucas. I hope you realize your potential before you turn 80.
The homeroom teacher was so angry that her face twisted, and she couldn't say another word after a few indignant remarks. The principal, however, remained calm. She began to threaten and bribe me, accusing me of having bad friends, improper conduct, seducing men everywhere, and causing trouble since transferring to the school. If we couldn't suppress the incident with Lucas, she would expel me.
If we can't suppress this incident, Olivia will be expelled.
My mom swung a feather duster, hitting the principal and making her spin 3 times.
Crazy, all of you are crazy. My daughter, well-behaved, excellent in her studies, comes home on time every day, respects her parents and teachers. What did she do wrong? Rejecting the advances of a school bully? Defending her rights after being stalked and peeped at? I won't let it go, and I'm not afraid of your threats.
My mom swung the feather duster again, making the NPCs tremble.
I'll sue Lucas, and my daughter will take her college entrance exams and live with dignity. Even in this crazy world, my daughter and I will live freely and brilliantly.
Mom.
I couldn't help but shed a few tears, reaching out to hug her. My body passed through a void, falling into a dark vortex. I found myself in a terrifying situation where I couldn't speak or move my body. This time, the system seemed to have a glitch, with 2 voices arguing incessantly.
You failed twice and got a bonus deduction.
I'm sorry, I promise to succeed next time.
The oppressive force on my body suddenly disappeared, and I almost collapsed into the water.
Host 102, please note, due to your poor performance in the previous space, exhibiting behaviors such as despising the poor, being rude, and violent, the system has classified you as an A-level dangerous individual. You are now assigned to our primary reform space, William and Emma space. Please perform well. Failure this time will result in being classified as an S-level dangerous individual. S-level dangerous individuals will not undergo space reform but will directly undergo brain modification surgery.
Threatening me, huh? Little thing, even if I perish here, I'll fight you to the end. William and Emma, a story every child knows by heart, about a poor scholar who, despite his failures, fantasizes about a blind fairy falling in love with him. It fits the virtue system's aesthetics perfectly. In the story, William hides the fairy's clothes, preventing her from returning to the heavens, and almost forces her to stay as his wife. I have no doubt the system will do the same. As I was swimming happily in the pond, planning to showcase my butterfly, backstroke, and freestyle skills, I felt a scorching gaze burning my back from the rocks behind me. I switched to dog paddle, twisting my body and moving forward in the pond.
Is this a fairy? So beautiful. I want to take her home as my wife.
A fairy's power resides in her clothes. Hide her clothes, and she'll have to stay. Then you can be a good person, provide her shelter, and naturally she'll become your wife.
Great, these 2 vile scoundrels dare to discuss such filthy matters in front of me. Watch how this fairy teaches you a lesson. I chanted a spell, aimed at William, and fired, making the 2 scoundrels scream in pain, trembling and wetting themselves.
Hey, you scoundrel! How dare you attempt to violate a woman's will in broad daylight? This fairy will act on behalf of the heavens.
Host, are you crazy? If you harm William, you'll be taken for brain modification.
As a fairy, I can't let such a menace harm the world. Sacrificing myself for the happiness of the world, scoundrel, prepare to face the consequences.
With William's pig-like screams, the system urgently modified the program, forcibly stripping me of my powers without losing my fairy clothes. I couldn't stop in time and crashed into a big tree, dizzy and falling to the ground. William, who survived, still hadn't learned to think with his upper brain. He poked me a few times with a trembling arm, and after confirming I was no threat, he happily tied me up and threw me on the ox's back.
I'm getting married too!
What a ridiculous story about William and Emma crossing the Magpie Bridge for a romantic love story. If Emma were blind, it would be love. If she were clear-eyed, it would be a horror story of forced confinement in a mountain village. As William took me home, I was secretly planning for my future. This system is too buggy. Not to mention whether I would really be taken for brain modification surgery if I failed. Its occasional value changes and NPC brainwashing modes were already driving me crazy. A strong woman can bend and stretch. I decided to endure this rogue for a while.
I want to make a bet with you. From now on, you won't interfere with anything in this space. No matter what I do, you can't change values or modify NPC data. In exchange, if I can't leave this world within 7 days, I'll cooperate with you to achieve the so-called happy ending.
Wait, you're clearly at a disadvantage. Why are you making conditions? Even if you don't cooperate, I can modify the program and trap you here.
Try it! Either accept the deal, or watch your year-end bonus get played to nothing by me.
Fine, I agree, but you have to keep your word. If you haven't left after 7 days, you'll obediently stay with William.
I opened my eyes and found myself placed on a shabby bed, my hands tightly bound with hemp rope, and a thick iron chain tied around my right ankle. Classic crime drama scene. I never thought a well-behaved young person like me would one day experience this. Virtue, right? Gentle, virtuous, and kind. I'll show you what virtue is. When William came in, I was shivering under the bedsheet, my thin ankle exposed, red and swollen from the iron chain.
Who are you? Did you tie me up? Boo-hoo!
Don't you remember me?
Who are you? Did you tie me up? Boo-hoo.
My eyes reddened, and tears were about to fall. William hurriedly helped me up, wiping my tears with his sleeve, and took off his coat to drape over me.
Host, see, I told you William is a good man to rely on. He tied you up but also cares for you, wiping your tears, right?
One slap and a sweet date. If a domestic abuser hits you, you can call the police and divorce. This guy restricts my freedom and might harm me. If I don't beat him to the moon, I'm already being kind. I pretended to be weak, curling up smaller, looking at William with timid yet dependent eyes.
Where is this place? Why am I tied up?
You are from the heavens. I don't know who you are. I only know that when I found you, your whole family had been attacked by bandits. They tied you up, and I didn't know where they were taking you. I saw you crying and followed secretly. When they rested, I took the chance to steal you away and hide you in my home.
What a liar, deserving divine punishment.
So, my parents are all gone. Boo-hoo.
William, seeing me fall for it, was overjoyed. He tentatively put his arm around my shoulder, letting me lean on his broad chest. I leaned on his chest, letting my tears fall on him.
Brother, I only have you now.
The arm holding me trembled slightly, and I heard William's heartbeat quicken.
Brother's life-saving grace, I can only repay with my body. 7 days from now is an auspicious day. If brother doesn't mind, I will marry you then.
William's breath almost stopped. The sudden joy made his face flush red. After a long time, he stammered out a yes. Still too young. Do you really think this marriage will happen? According to the original story, the cowherd and the weaver girl has two main antagonists, the queen mother, who cuts off their relationship, and the landlord, who forces the cowherd to produce 10 pieces of floating brocade in one day. By the time the queen mother noticed her daughter had been taken away, they already had children, so it was too late for her. But the landlord, well, heh. I fully portrayed myself as a delicate, thrifty, and sensible woman. Even with an injured ankle, I took the cowherd's dirty clothes to the river to wash while he was herding cattle. At the river, a group of women, mostly middle-aged and married, were already gathered, chatting excitedly about the landlord and the widow's scandalous stories. I ignored them, quietly carrying my basin to the side and clumsily started washing. The sunlight cast a golden, gentle halo on my fair, delicate skin, making me look like a rare celestial being. The other women soon noticed my presence and quickly surrounded me, asking whose new bride I was.
Whose new bride are you, dear?
Auntie, I'm not married to Brother William yet.
Oh, so you're the soon-to-be bride of the cowherd. The cowherd is lucky, finding a girl like you, as if descended from the heavens.
Auntie, you're joking. My parents were killed by bandits, and Brother William saved me, preserving my purity. I'm grateful to him. How can it be considered his luck?
As for my background, I could only shake my head and say I didn't remember. Everything was told to me by Brother William after I woke up, as I had lost my memory. The gossipers found this juicy enough. By the time I finished washing the clothes and returned home, the story of the cowherd heroically saving a beauty had spread throughout the village. My stunning looks, exaggerated by their descriptions, became even more mysterious, and my enigmatic background became a hot topic. Eventually, the gossip morphed, with some speculating that I was a kidnapped noblewoman, given my graceful demeanor and elegant speech.
Such a beautiful girl, how can a cowherd be worthy?
The men who hadn't found wives were especially jealous, spreading rumors about the cowherd kidnapping a noblewoman. And I just obediently served my brother William, giving him food.
Brother William, eat more to gain strength.
The door was suddenly violently kicked open, the already fragile wooden house shaking. 2 men in black rushed in, pinning the cowherd to the ground. A young master with a jade pendant on his waist strolled in, fanning himself. The plot has changed a bit. The minor antagonist has switched from the landlord to his foolish son.
Brother William, are you okay?
I exclaimed, weakly kneeling on the ground.
Cowherd, don't forget, you owe me 50 taels of silver.
He slapped him.
Who are you, and why are you hitting my brother William?
I weakly rushed over, taking the slap for him. The red handprint on my face added a delicate beauty, even stunning the arrogant young master.
Truly a celestial being, unparalleled.
He gently wiped my face with a handkerchief, then viciously threatened the cowherd.
Cowherd, if you don't have the money, you can use floating brocade instead. 50 taels of silver, 10 pieces of floating brocade. I'll send someone to collect it at the first crow tomorrow. If you can't deliver, this celestial being will pay the debt.
He slapped the cowherd several more times before leaving satisfied with his 2 followers.
Brother William, don't worry. Though I've forgotten many things, I still remember how to weave floating brocade.
After taking a big bite of the Angus beef burger, I was judged by the system as a gold digger.
Nowadays, there are fewer and fewer good girls who don't seek vanity, leading to a dual decline in marriage and birth rates. To save the world, all young women deemed to lack moral integrity will be sent to another world for moral education.
Men, are you challenging my top-notch trolling skills? I, a homebody who loves to relax, work diligently from 9 to 6, enjoy watching dramas and trolling online, have lived a peaceful life for 22 years. But because of one bite of an Angus beef burger, I got transported to another world. On the eve of the transportation, I was still holding my iPhone 14, my fingers swiftly tapping on the keyboard, fighting against multiple online weirdos single-handedly.
I buy a pack of cigarettes for $10, but her nail art costs 30 per gem. Poor people don't deserve love.
There are plenty of girls who don't do nail art, don't wear makeup, and don't buy clothes. Guess why you specifically go for the ones with gems on their nails?
I bought a pretty female colleague a $15 milk tea, and she refused my invitation to go out in the evening. Did I get tricked crying?
I'll give you $50 if you lick the toilet drain. No joke.
Why do young girls nowadays seem so arrogant, while girls in my mom's generation were mostly humble and polite?
Humble and polite in the morning, and in the afternoon, 108 dads rush over on clouds to test you.
In just 10 minutes, I received at least 100 replies cursing and criticizing me. My phone kept buzzing, and I swallowed hard, planning to finish my lunch first. I ordered a popular Angus beef burger, took a photo before eating, and posted it with the caption, "Gold digger eating an overpriced Angus beef burger again. Will I ever get married?" Sad face. After doing all this, I took a big bite of the burger, ready for another round of battle. Suddenly, my vision blurred, and before my consciousness completely faded, I heard a cold metallic voice in my mind.
Attention, the moral system has successfully bound. Host number 102, diagnosis, gold digger. Host 102, please note, due to consuming a 48 yuan Angus beef burger without using a coupon, you have been diagnosed as a gold digger by the moral system. The system will allocate the most suitable treatment space based on your diagnosed moral deficiency. You are now assigned to space 28, love fireworks, for treatment. If the treatment is successful, the host will return to the original world. Otherwise, you will continue to the next world based on your condition.